What's going on, guys? We are back with another RNG recruit interview. We have got a fantastic, and I mean absolutely fantastic, four-star offensive tackle in the 2025 class joining us tonight. I have watched his film. It's incredible to know that he is only a couple years into moving to the offensive line after playing on the defensive side, and just how much of a bully he is already on that offensive tackle. It's fun to watch him completely take players out of the play. He will just physically move them to the complete opposite side of the field out of the camera's view sometimes. It's awesome to watch. I'm anxious here to have him on, and I'm excited to have him on, and I'll bring him on right here so he can introduce himself.
What's going on, guys? Ziyare Addison, class 2025, offensive tackle, defensive tackle. My true position is at the offensive line standpoint. I'm out here representing my school. So I'm in the high school down in Tampa, the Riverview area. I'm glad to be on here, glad to go through this process. I want to thank my family. I want to thank God for everything. Glad to be in this process. I'm glad to be here. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Doing great, Ziyare. Thank you for taking the time out to, let fans get a little more familiar with you, get to know you a little better,
Yes, sir. Thank you for being on here as well, for having me on here.
No problem. No problem at all. So we'll start off with your current height and weight right now.
6'5", 275.
275. Okay. And your ideal playing weight?
270.
270. That's where you feel comfortable and mobile?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And your wingspan measurement or arm length?
82 and a half.
82 and a half. 82 and a half. Okay. That's pretty. That's pretty good, man. It stands out on your film, honestly. It really does.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
So this offseason, speaking in terms of, the technical aspect of your game, the offensive tackle, what's been important to you to take your game to the next level?
Being raw, I was, last year I had some pretty good tape, but, I'm still raw on the offensive line standpoint. So going to this year, I was working on my pad level, getting up to the second level and being more patient offensive lineman in my passes, so I won't overset or anything like that. Don't overset, getting the right punch angles, stuff like that in that nature. Yes, sir.
And what trainers are you working with?
Big Play Ray, Coach Raymond O'Neal down in Tampa at the Church Academy. Shout out to him and shout out to Tyree St. Louis. I'm working with him as well. He was a former Cayman himself, played a couple years down there. Had some pretty good accolades. Played a couple years in the league, and he just wrapped it up this year. So shout out to him as well for helping me in my game, take my game to the next level.
Yeah, it's great to get guys who've had that experience, that know what it takes to get there,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I know you've been to a lot of camps, this offseason, a whole lot of camps, which one stood out to you the most?
Those camps I started out, the ones that started out the most was Auburn. That was the one that stood out the most. And Auburn, Oklahoma, and UCLA, those schools that stand out to me most, you know what I'm saying? But I really like Auburn and what they had. I really like what Auburn and their camp environment, I really like how they was breaking everything down, the technical standpoint, I like the pace, I like the pace of how those run the camp, they gave some pretty good tips and pretty good stuff I could take home with, I could work in my backyard and stuff like that.
Speaking of UCLA, you being all the way across the country, how did that come about? How did that offer become a part of your life?
So we was down. I played for California Power as well. That's a 5-on-5, 7-on-7 team. We traveled over the country, compete, take visits. So the whole team was already down there in UCLA. We went down to UCLA, and I was building a relationship with the coach. And I came back. I told them I was gonna come back for a camp. Came back down for a camp, balled out, and they pulled the trigger on me.
Any other West Coast schools showing you love?
Yes, sir. USC. USC looking at me as well. Yes, sir.
You been in contact with them pretty often lately?
Yes, sir. A little bit.
Right on, man. Right on. Powerhouse school right there.
Yes, sir.
Are you enjoying all this process for recruiting so far? Being 2025, you still got 2 more years, but has this been an enjoyable process?
Yes, sir, it has been. I'm really thankful. I want to thank God and my family, taking down, I'm gonna appreciate my parents, taking the driving out to all these colleges, to all these camps and stuff like that. Thank my dad and my mom, going to all these games and stuff like that. They don't have to do that, So I really appreciate them for getting me out to all these games and all these camps, and I want to thank God, taking God for continuing to bless me. I'm doing all this praying, all this hard work, and it's fine. It's really finally playing off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, in your opinion, or at least lately, who are the schools who have been kind of standing out in terms of showing you love?
A lot of schools, but the schools that really been showing me the most love is UCLA, Florida State, Oklahoma, Auburn, Miami, and Oregon. Those are schools that really been showing out pushing for me. And Penn State as well.
That's quite the array of schools. That's a lot. That's a lot of talent. There's a lot of big time names right there, man.
Yes, sir.
So, how many offers total do you have right now?
20.
20 total. Wow,
Yes,
man.
sir.
And I'm expecting that number to climb soon,
Yes,
honestly.
sir.
The relationship with the Miami staff, how has that been so far with you,
It been really strong, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They really been going after it, pushing me to get me out there. They was really pushing me to get to that cookout. I've been to the cookout, only been up since there. They really been pushing me. They really been pushing. Yeah, they've been pushing me to get out there to the school and get me out to the program. I really appreciate all the coaching staff, for pushing me to get out there. I really appreciate that. You know.
Did you
Yes,
have a
sir.
good chance, while you were at the cookout to talk with the coach just for a little bit and get to know
Yes,
him?
sir. I talked to Mayor Ball for a little bit.
Okay.
Again, he gave me right on offensive line standpoints. We was watching film and stuff like that. I was able to talk to the head coach as well. I talked to him for a little bit, getting to know him, get him to know more about me,
Yeah.
about building relationships.
What'd you think about Coach Mirabal? Little 5'5" ball of fire right there, man.
Man, fireball, man, fireball. I'm telling you, man, it's just a little. He giving out little details, little techniques that that they ain't gonna teach, that they ain't not gonna teach on this level. So I was able to take that in, add it to my game. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. He's one of those guys who's proven that he can develop players.
Right, right.
And so you say you got a chance to talk with Coach Cristobal as well, the head coach, yeah?
Yes, sir. I talked to him for a bit.
In your opinion, and I'm just kind of curious, with you being an offensive lineman and an offensive tackle, Coach Cristobal himself by nature is an offensive line guy. He's an
Yes,
offensive
sir.
line coach and offensive line mind. Would you mind having a head coach who thinks that way?
Of
Who really,
course,
really,
of course,
yeah,
because the offense, the head coach, if he get that final play, he gonna understand. He usually coach. They probably gonna give it to the court. They probably gonna give the quarterback the final call. But offensive line standpoint, we the ones that's moving guys. We gonna see we probably gonna see the stuff that quarterback didn't see. So, he can trust his offensive line more than anybody else in the country.
yep, yeah, he can be hands on with it too, and know
Right.
what he's talking about.
Exactly. Exactly. Right.
So for you, what's important to you? You still got a little bit of time, but what are the factors for you when it comes time to choose a college? What are you already thinking about that's going to be important for you?
You know, I'm looking forward to playing with really good quarterback. And competing for a national championship. Just getting developed, go to that next level, and getting the best education as well.
How did this last season go for you and your team?
We had a pretty good season. We lost in the first round, but we looking forward to bounce back this year. This year we got a new fresh offensive line. Our offensive line is really young, so I make sure I'm being more of a better leader next year, getting them right with the plays and stuff, so they can dominate just like me on the field when it's time to shine.
Are you the upperclassman on the offensive line right now?
Yes, sir. I am the upperclassman. We
Okay,
got
so you're having to show leadership there.
we got 3 underclassmen starting for us this year.
Wow. Okay, so you got to take some guys under your wing then, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm kind of curious, a leadership standpoint. Usually it's a question I ask 2024 recruits, but since you're already in that position, I want to ask you, what kind of leader are you? Are you a vocal leader, or do you lead by example, or a mix of both?
I make a little bit of mix of both. I like to I could give a speech and stuff like that. Anybody can do that and just goof off on the side. I'm more of like a hands down guy. I take you to the side like after the play. We get a water break. I'm more of a hand down guy. So like what I do with my guard is before we even do anything,
Mm-hmm.
I take one of my teammates, get a backer, just go through the progressions, with them, getting up to the second level. Again, I send all my offensive line, I send them all them videos, and really good one on ones, pass pro, all that. I try to help my offensive line the best I can. I really love watching really good offensive line tape. If I see some pretty good offensive line tape, I'm doing my studying on my own. I'm gonna help them out as well. I'm sending some stuff that can help them with their game as well.
That's great, man. That's really, really good leadership right there. Leading by example, you know?
Yes, sir.
When is your first game? When do you guys open up your season?
What happened?
Oh, when is your guys' first game? When do you open up your season?
We start off Friday. We're gonna play East Bay. We're gonna play East Bay at East Bay, and then we're gonna play our first regular season game next Friday at home. We're going against Bloomingdale.
Okay, so you got like a week zero game kind of?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are you playing any other sports this year, or are you just going to be focusing on football going forward?
I'm playing some other sports this year. Yes, sir.
Okay. What other sports have you been getting into?
I'm looking forward to play basketball for my mom.
Yeah.
I put down the basketball. I told her I was gonna go all in on football. She was a little disappointed. I told her I'll play 1 year for her. So this year, I'm really gonna do. I'm play basketball just for her.
Yes.
And then once the basketball season over, I'm right back in football.
There's things in basketball that can help you out as an offensive tackle, you know?
What happened?
I was telling you, there's things in basketball that can definitely help you out as an offensive tackle, as far as,
Yes,
keeping your footwork mobile, staying light on your feet, explosion, burst, all that kind of stuff, man. So I
right.
think it's a solid move for a year, you know?
Yes, sir. I played a lot of sports last year as well. Wrestling.
Last you played even more?
I wrestled. I ran track. I ran 200 in track.
Now, see, that's what interests me, bro. I love to hear about guys in the trenches who've done wrestling. I love to hear about it because they understand balance and leverage.
Right. Yeah. Yes, sir. That's why I really signed up for wrestling. Because everybody told me, the greats, not Panay, who Tristan Wirfs. It's a lot of really good offensive linemen in the league that wrestled and went to states. And, they dominate wrestling and that transfer transfers well on the field. And this year, it really did. It really did help my game. It really changed my game. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
You can see how some of those guys, with the wrestling background, not only can they get a guy to the ground, but they can keep him on the ground. They got various ways of doing it without having to wrap up and make it look like a penalty or anything like that. They stay mobile. They're always moving their feet. But man, yeah, I'm really glad you had wrestling in your background. And do
Yes,
you
sir.
do you personally feel after you went through wrestling that it did apply to the football field and it helped you?
Of course, it helped me with my power. One of my keys was I really want to get my power level lower, and wrestling really helped with that because and it helped with my conditioning too, because
Yeah, true.
they ain't gonna tell you, but the conditioning, I feel me personally is way worse than football.
It's hardcore, bro. Most people have no idea what kind of conditioning you have to be in because you have to be at full strength 100% of the time you're in that ring, basically.
Yes, sir.
Either that or you're on defense, and that's still putting out effort, you know?
Exactly. Right.
So, from the mouth of a recruit in the state of Florida, I'm curious, what makes Florida high school football so special? It's known as special across the country, but what makes it so special coming from the mouth of a recruit?
Speed, man. The speed is the
Yeah.
speed, man. We got speed down here. I feel like me personally is more dominance down here. You know what I'm saying? In the north you gonna find one or two guys, but if you go down to the south, you gonna find straight dogs down here. I'm very blessed to be fortunate to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just feel like we just got more dogs down here.
It's amazing to have that much talent in just one state, you know?
Yes, sir.
And the variety of talent, like the speed, the dogs, the maulers, bro. I mean, they're all in Florida. It's all there.
And I seen a report. I seen a writing last year. I'm not even. They said Florida don't got no linemen like that. So we just got to prove them wrong. We still got some really good offensive linemen down here. Some people y'all don't know. Here's a guy that's not rated yet, Cannon Pickett. He's an uppercoming classman. That's the brother of Booker Pickett.
Yeah,
He got a couple of Power Fives as well. He not ranked yet, but he
Yeah.
gonna put people on. He gonna surprise a couple people this year. You know what I'm saying? That's like my little brother to me.
I'm familiar with him. I actually got a chance to watch his film when Miami started going after his older brother, and then I saw that he had a younger brother. Of course, I wanted to check that out. And man, I mean, the upside's there, bro. Like
Exactly.
he's raw. He's raw. He's got he's young, but
He's
the
wrong,
upside
but
is clear. It's
it's
there.
exactly. Yep. He gonna surprise some people this year.
I hope so. I hope he gets that chance, man. I really do. Especially being young. I love to see young players get that chance. You know what I'm
So
saying?
try again. I'm getting work with him. I'm seeing he really took a big step in these last couple months.
Great to hear, man. Great to hear.
Yes, sir.
So, who are some of your favorite players, and why are they your favorite players? What makes them so
I'm glad
special
you
to you?
asked me. Me personally, right now, my favorite, who I've been studying the most, is Lermy Tunzel. Lermy
Yeah,
Tunzel.
yeah.
I'm not going. Hey, I don't think he's the best offensive tackle. I think it's Lane John. I think it's Trent Williams. Then it's Lane Johnson. Then it's him. But he got really good tape.
Yes.
His tape. His pass says how he's able to say square, not oversetting. If you watch his tape, he's able to say square more than any other offensive lineman in the country. He really focused on the small details and that really separate himself to being one of the best tackles in the country. Right now, I'm gonna say Lerman Tunsil is my favorite right now. If you asked me last week, if you asked me 2 or 3 weeks ago, it was Lane Johnson.
I got you. I got you. It's while you mentioned Trent Williams, and of course it's awesome to watch Trent Williams. It's hard to do the things that Trent Williams does at his size.
Exactly. Yeah,
It's really hard. It's why he gets paid as much as he gets paid.
exactly. I think he's the best tackle. I think he's the best tackle of all time. To be honest with you.
If he's not the best, he's the most versatile.
Exactly.
I mean, I've seen some amazing tackles, bro. Like honestly, it's
I
like some
think
amazing tackles, but I
he,
haven't seen anybody pull like that. Like from the tackle spot.
I seen his tape. I seen him tape at guard. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. And he was still mauling people at guard in Washington.
Yep.
So
Yep.
versatile.
He's a pure offensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
he can do it all
Yes, sir.
while being athletic.
Right. Yes, sir.
So if you had to describe your game to somebody who's never seen your film, how would you describe your game to them?
I'll say I'm really athletic. That's really one of my keys.
Yeah.
I'm really athletic and I can move people. I can move people at the spot of contact. And I'm still, of course, I'm still working, but you're gonna get 100%, 10% every play. Give it all I got.
So pre-game talk here. What do you do to get in the zone, bro? Do you have a ritual, music, anything like that? What's pregame like for you?
So what I do is, I got my music, and then like once we break, once we before the game even starts, I go along by myself and get a couple sets in, get a couple sets in on my own, get ready. Then I get ready, and then I go through progressions with my team, and then we go on the sideline before the game start. If it's on defense, the defense get the ball first. Well, not if the defense get the ball first before the game even start. Before kickoff, I still get a couple more sets with my coach. Just to be safe and secure. You know, still focusing on my techniques. And then when the kickoff, I'll be ready to play. But I make sure I always get my sets in, get my my run progressions before the game start.
So we're going even more pre-game almost here, but the day before a game, what's on your mind and what's your focus the day before the battle starts?
So of course I pray. I pray. I pray for the game starts. So like right after warm up, right after practice, right after walkthroughs, I make sure I get my treatment, ice bath, massage, and all that type of stuff. Really get me locked in and ready for the game tomorrow, the next day.
Now, we spoke about Miami earlier, but I got 3 words, and I want to know what they mean to you. Miami Hurricanes football. What do those 3 words mean to you, Zaire?
First thing that I think about with Miami is Tyler St. Louis because
Yes, sir.
that's my guy. That's what I train with. That's my guy. But
Yep.
what I'm thinking about is a lot of upside. They had a lot of success in the past, but I'm looking forward to get back to where they used to be. I really where the coaching staff and how they looking right now. They really look like they really gonna be back on where they need to be, and I feel like they gonna be back. Man. That's why I really see that in our program. They got a guy. They getting the recruits. They got a buttload of offensive line recruits last year, and they really been keen on recruitment. Getting the best players and keeping some players in state, keeping some people down in Miami, and they got the recruits. They got the coaching staff. They gonna put it together. They gonna do some things this year, in the years looking forward.
So what's next for you, in regards to football, wherever you guys are standing at in your high school season, kind of what comes next for Zaire?
What comes next for Zaire? Zaire, he ain't gonna settle. He gonna keep working like he have nothing. He gonna because the final goal for me is to be a Hall of Famer in the NFL. I broke all my goals on my wallpaper.
Okay.
I told myself I wanted to get. I was 245 last year. I told myself I wanted to get a 275 pounds under 20% body fat. All the key mistakes that I was making on the offensive line last year, I want to key on that. Make sure those weaknesses turn into strengths.
Yeah.
I want to be all first team all state. I want to. And the final goal, and I put the final goal is make the NFL.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And one question I actually forgot to ask you earlier when we were talking about stuff, and I want to get the answer from you. As far as the weight room, what have you been focusing on in the weight room?
Weight room, everything.
Yeah,
Back,
just
chest, legs, just getting bigger, faster, and stronger.
whole body improvement.
Yes, sir.
Understandable. Makes sense, man. During this part of the interview, what I like to do for recruits is give them a chance to shout out, coaches, trainers, God, family, anybody who's been with you along this way. Feel free to show them some love.
So I want to shout God. God is good. God is good all the time. Continue to bless me in ways I couldn't even imagine. I like to thank my dad. I like to thank my dad for everything he has done for me. And since I met him, I wanted to thank my mom. I want to thank my mom as well for always being there and always supporting me. Once again, I want to thank my dad for traveling, taking the time to break down my tape, um, everything he can for me for all the things that he didn't have growing up that I have, and I'm really taking advantage of everything. Yeah, I mean, I take advantage of every opportunity. I always tell myself I'm gonna take advantage of every opportunity that is given and get 1% better every day. And he really helped me do that. I want to thank Coach Ray. Oh no, I want to thank all the coaching staff at Sumner High School, transferring from Tech. You know, really turning away. I mean, turning around my game. Being the best player I could be and really finding a home. I want to thank Alonzo Ashwood, my head coach, for waking me for getting me in the weight room right after that season. After that season was over, he got me straight. We got me straight in the weight room. We've been lifting. We lift every day, if not every day, every other day. 7 o'clock, 6:45 in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. Getting in that weight room, getting it in, getting it grind. I went from 250 pounds to 275 pounds. I would like to thank him. I would like to thank my offensive line coach Jared Franchon for helping me out when he got here. Helping me out, really taking me under his wing and being the best offensive lineman I could be. I like to thank Coach Selvey, my defensive line coach. Really pushing me to everybody else. You know, for me being dominant on that side as well. I play both ways still. I'm keen on being both dominant on both sides of the ball. Offensive line is my thing, but when I'm on the field, you got to dominate. I want to appreciate him for getting pushing me. Everybody. I want to thank Coach Walker for being my teacher and being my coach, my linebacker coach, giving me the knowledge and keying in on being the best I could be as well. Um, I, I would like to think those are the coaches. I would like to also thank Coach Ray down at the Trench Academy. He the offensive line coach there. Really getting my name out there. Turning a defensive lineman into a true offensive lineman. I would like to thank him as well. I like to thank Coach Taylor for training me at that defensive line position. I don't really work with him no more because I'm an offensive lineman, but I still like to thank him. Get my footwork right and everything. Thank Coach Lamarck down there as well. I like to thank, of course, the guy Tyree St. Louis down for the Kings. He played for y'all. I like to thank him as well. That's my guy as well. He also got me right out off that turned me to the best offensive lineman I could be. And that's all the people I wanted to shout out. And also, note one more person. I like to shout out my uncle as well. My uncle really get my name out there as well, and being the best uncle he could be. Put me on. My uncle lived down there in California, so he really. So yeah, I wanted to thank him as well. Pushing me the best I could be as well. You know, he like another dad on the side. He pushed me as well. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank him as well.
That's a great list, man. Honestly, that's a real good list right there. I'm glad you got a circle like that, and they are clearly important. The way you speak about them and stuff, I mean, they are clearly very important to you. So I'm glad that you have that circle around you.
Yes, sir.
Where can the good people find you on social media? Go ahead and plug your social media accounts.
So is it there? It says Ziyare Addison? No, that's with an M. Dang.
Yeah, usually have an N there at the end, right?
Yeah, it's an N. So Zaire underscore Addison,
With an N.
ZIYARE Addison. It's my name is really simple. I don't got no hashtags or nothing like that. It's
Okay.
simply my name, so everybody can find me and look me up. Zaire Addison. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. You can find my name on Google as well on the recruiting websites.
Okay. Okay. Well, man, I just got one last question for you. I'll let you get on with your night. It's a question I ask everybody I bring onto this show. Don't matter, recruits, players, coaches, ADs. It don't matter, man. It's the last question I ask everybody. It's why do you love the game of football? What makes you want to go out there and compete at such a high level on a weekly basis?
So what I got to talk about why I wanted to play football. I wanted to play football since I was a little kid. Watching all them players. Cam Newton is really what made me fall in love with football. Man, college football is amazing. So I
Yeah.
fell in love with college football. I always wanted to play, but I ain't ended up playing until I was like 12. I was 12 years old. Once I got on that field, I just fell in love with the game. Studying the positions, getting the better at my craft, and really, really trying to be the best player I could be. And that's really why I love football. And not only that, it's like a second family,
Yeah.
because because think about it, you at home, you can be at home, but the locker room is really where you gonna be most of your time. So really, football has really been also been another family, and it also been and my coach Sylvia always told me this. He said, what you put in the game is gonna give it to you back. If you being lazy, you BSing on the field, not putting in the work, you ain't gonna get results on Friday night. If you put in the hard work, give it everything you got, it's gonna continue to bless you. So I've really been putting in, keying in, getting all the hard work, studying the position, studying the offensive line standpoint thing. And I really fell in love with the position over the year. I've been putting in all this hard work, keying in on my sets, on my run block, and staying low, getting up to the second level, really being a dominant force that I want to be. Everybody got a certain level. You can get the praise and all the expectations that you want from everybody else. Everybody's gonna say you could game, but it's still. But what I look at, I'm still doing all the studying. It's still little key stuff I could pick on. That I could make picking. Because I'm always gonna be my biggest critic. But what really make me so the answer to some of the question is the hard work. The hard work you got to put into football, and and what all this game gave up to me, I put all this hard work into the game and it's continue to bless me back. So I guess that's my answer.
Solid answer, man. Solid answer. I mean, nothing wrong with enjoying the brotherhood of it, the family, of it,
Yes, sir.
and the development of it and the advancement of it. There ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong at
Yes,
all.
yes, sir.
Zaire, man, I really appreciate you taking this time to jump on here and let fans get a little more familiar with you. I really appreciate you taking some time out of your night for that.
No, sir. I really appreciate you for having me on here. Recognize me as one of the best players in the country. I really appreciate that.
I have no doubt in my mind, I guess I would say, that you're going to have a very nice season this upcoming season. I can't wait to watch your film, man. I really can't wait to watch because the offseason work you've put in,
Yes, sir.
I bet it's going to show.
It's gonna be more dominant than ever. You're gonna love it. I promise y'all.
Man, just keep pushing those players off the screen, bro. That's what I noticed about you. Just keep pushing those guys out of the screen, dude. I love seeing that. I love it.
Yes,
Keep it up, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man.
Well, Matt, you being a 2025 recruit, I definitely want to stay in touch, and so we can bring
Of
you back on
course.
in the future,
Of course.
update fans about your recruitment, your development, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. That's great. Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to
Zaire,
it.
you have yourself a fantastic night, and I'm looking forward to having you back on here in the future. You have a fantastic season, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you as well. Hey, y'all. Hey, go Kings, man. Go
Yes,
Kings.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. There we go. There's the U. All right, dog. I'll let you get on with your night, man. I'll
Yes,
catch you
sir.
soon. All right, guys. That was 2025 offensive tackle Ziyare Addison from Sumner High School in Florida. Man, he is going to be one of the premier 2025 offensive tackles. He's already rated as a 4-star, but he's got, the upside is just through the roof, especially when you compare the technical traits that he's already putting to use with the God-given ability that he already has in terms of his length, his natural strength. It's a package that's just kind of almost destined to blossom, and I can't wait to see it happen, because when guys put in the work like Zaire does, you often see them blossom, and especially coming into a junior season, that's where you start to see those things that college coaches start to see from these players that get them excited. This is when they want to start seeing them make those next steps to see, okay, we made an offer to him as a sophomore, as a freshman. Junior, senior season is when they want to see it go, okay, we made the right offer. We're going to stick with this kid, and we're going to continue to stay in contact. I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to be a player that Miami sticks in contact with. I have no doubt in my mind. You guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you for joining us for another RNG recruit interview, and we will catch you guys soon.